guys, how's it going? This is DeepWeb here, and I want to be showing you guys a quick tutorial on how to access the dark web or the deep web or whatever you may call it on a Windows 10 computer. I first want to state that if you're going to be doing any of that sort of stuff, you really should use a VPN along with your Tor browser, which is what is used to access that sort of stuff, because Tor alone is not really safe. It really hasn't been safe for quite some time if you're using it for what it's intended for, which is it anonymously changes your IP address every so often, therefore making it a little bit difficult for somebody to say to track you or whatever and see where you're coming from. I definitely suggest that you use a VPN with no logs along with your Tor browser. So first we're going to open the browser tab. I use Chrome because Chrome is faster, yet it eats up your RAM like a hungry teenager. Just go on the search and type in Tor. And it should be the first link that comes up, Tor browser at thetorproject.org. And it should look something like this. And I don't know, depending on what country you're in, I would recommend that you download the appropriate language for your country. So there's a 32-bit system or a 64-bit system. If you're not sure which you have, I think most computers nowadays have like 64. But if you're not sure, just go on the search and type in system and control panel. And it'll say right here if it's a 64-bit or 32-bit operating system. So make sure that you're downloading the correct one. But to keep it simple, I would just click on the download icon right there, and that'll take you to here. Now it should automatically detect what OS you're using. I'm using Windows 10, so that's what came up for me, and I would click on the download Tor browser. If you're using Mac or Linux, I click on the appropriate one according to your OS. So you're gonna want to click on the download icon, and you're gonna download it. And now I'm using a proxy because my campus restricts this website, normally. So I'm using a proxy. Instead of waiting for that to finish downloading, I'm just going to click on the previous one. It's the exact same thing. And when you click this, now I already have it installed, so I'm not going to reinstall it for the sake of this video. But it's pretty much a walkthrough process. Now, if this comes up, just hit run. Just ignore that. Okay. Okay, I don't know, that shouldn't come up for you, hopefully. I think it's just because it's corrupt download or something, probably. But anyway, once this finishes downloading, and for the sake of time, I'll open up my own Tor browser that I already have installed on here. But, so depending if you're running an additional proxy or not, you should just have to connect normally. Like, you shouldn't have to add a tunnel or anything like that, or yeah, like what I'm talking about. Oh crap, I didn't catch it in time. So let me show you guys again. What I'm talking about is you shouldn't. So like when you install it and you're going through the process of installing it, there's going to be a thing that comes up and it says advanced setup. It look like this. So when you install your browser, it gives you these two options called I would like to make a direct connection to the Tor network. This will work in most situations. Or this computer's internet connection is censored or proxied. I need to configure bridge or local proxy settings before I connect. So maybe if you're trying to use Tor at a school or a workplace where it might be restricted, you might have to go through the second option and configure a proxy. But that'll be a future video for later. Typically, you should just have to hit the first one. And you hit that one, and once that comes up, it says is it connecting to the Tor network. This will come up. Now, one of the things that a lot of people seem to forget is you never want to completely maximize your Tor browser. Why? The reason why is because there are certain scripts and algorithms that can be on certain websites that can actually track the screen size of your monitor, and through some algorithms somehow trace that to the exact computer model that you use, which could determine, how or what's the best way to attack this guy or whatever. So what I typically do is I kind of have it as maximized as possible, not completely maximizing it, but getting it as close to as I can. And once you have that, I usually, if you click on here, you have your new identity, which that pretty much like resets your IP for the Tor browser. So, like if I click that, I will close all windows and tabs. All website sessions will be lost and reset your identity. Uh, you can do that anytime you wish. And that's completely up to you. If you just decide, oh, I just want to get a different IP that I'm coming out of on my Tor browser, you can do that. If you hit the onion icon again and go to security settings. Wait a minute. It should be coming up. Security settings. Okay, so I typically have mine set on medium. Low is the default. Now, obviously, as you go up in the list, you can read what it restricts exactly. Like for medium, it restricts these, and for high, it restricts like some more things or images or fonts. For even, um, depending on what you're doing, I would just say, as a rule of thumb, keep it on medium, maybe high. I guess depending on if you're familiar with some of the settings on here, and always make sure that you have your scripts turned off. So if it's not turned off, it'll look like that, and just hit forbid, and then you'll block all your scripts. I wouldn't mess around too much in these settings. If you want, I'm trying to think. I don't think you should have to mess with these. If you want, I guess you could restrict Java and Adobe Flash and whatnot, and some of these other ones. But try not to mess with too many of these unless you know exactly what you're doing, because otherwise you're going to mess something up, or something's going to be too restricted or not enough restricted, and you're just going to screw yourself over. Now, if you search on this just searches through DuckDuckGo. I personally prefer the search engine DuckDuckGo over Google because DuckDuckGo does not track what you look up. Google does, and they get like all the statistics, and they know what you look up because that's what Google does. That's what like the internet does. They NSA, FBI, or whatever you want to call it. Now that was just for setting up like the Tor browser just by itself. If you want to use a VPN, which I highly recommend that you do with no logs, you could just go on Google, VPN, no logs, and you can typically find some stuff in here. I would always go with a free VPN. I mean, if you want to pay for one, and don't get me wrong, there are cheap, inexpensive VPNs out there that are way better than some free ones, and yet the same could be said for like the free ones. Like there's like some free ones out there that like are better than the paid ones if you wish to do that or whatnot. I use Hotspot Shield for my VPN. I also have a proxy as well, which I could use a VPN, Tor, and a proxy. So it's kind of like 3 layers if you really want to think of it that way. Some VPNs will have a browsing limit. So some it's only for like half an hour. Some it's only up to like so many megabytes or gigabytes or you know. But yeah, make sure that you do your research on VPNs and what VPN is going to work for you for what you do. I mean, right now I'm paying for Spotify Premium as a student. So with me, Spotify only costs me like $5 a month, and these are like about the same price. So it's really not that much of a price. I mean, most of you are probably eligible to get a job or already have a job. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I'm looking forward to making many more videos in the future, as well as getting my YouTube account going and whatnot, and not so much of iFunny, because iFunny is starting to become a thing of the past. I've been on it for 4 years, so thanks. Please leave a like and subscribe, and maybe give me some feedback on the comments down below. And yeah, guys, have a good day.